but that is possibly a brand new set rather than a used set. Where they go? Here they go! Here they come, Texas! Here they come, Austin, around the circuit! What a great sight, and what a crowd. Well done to you. Sold out completely, no room left. You are ready for a spectacle here. There we are, predicted pit stop strategy then. Medium compact tyres to laps 14 to 24, and then hard compact thereafter, or soft to 10 to 20 and hard compact thereafter. Very simple. Yes, simple strategy, but throw in a safety car and it can all change. Yeah, absolutely. And the risk of rain is 0%. Safety cars in the past. To turn into turn one. Yeah, an excellent start from Valtteri Bottas. There's a bit of contact further back between Albon and one of the McLarens, but it looks as though Valtteri's got away, and we've got somebody else going wide as well, but Valtteri just getting away. And it's Max Verstappen in second place, and Sebastian Vettel in third, Hamilton up to fourth, ahead of Leclerc fifth, Ricciardo's up to sixth, then it's Norris, Gasly, Sainz, Albon, and look at Lewis Hamilton, flying by the Ferrari there. It's Lewis Hamilton. Side by side of the two Ferraris, they're still battling together. Further back, over fourth place. But Lewis, it's all about matter of managing the tyres, and they're side by side, those two Ferraris. Still can't decide who's going to be ahead. It's Daniel Ricciardo battling with Lando Norris, who's made a great start as well. But they're coming up to complete lap one. Oh, and wide goes Vettel, and through goes Lando Norris. So Ferrari and certainly Vettel had been a terrible start. He didn't get the start he wanted from the inside. There was a hope of getting up the inside of Bottas. Now he's just trying to stay in the top six. They're coming up to complete lap one. And there it is, Bottas goes through at the end of lap one from Max Verstappen. Then Lewis Hamilton already up into third place. Charles Leclerc in fourth, ahead of Lando Norris, Sebastian Vettel. Then it's Daniel Ricciardo in seventh, challenging Sebastian Vettel. And then Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz and Kevin Magnussen. And the Longhorn has done it. He's passed Vettel at turn one in Austin. Obviously the helmet paying dividends.
About damage. I don't know where from, I didn't touch anything, but I have understeer like crazy.
Vettel saying he's got understeer like crazy, he's got damage, and he's suffering because of it. He's in sixth place. This is Albon into the pits. Albon into the pits, and leaving as well at the same time. Albon, here it is. Just what he wanted. Verstappen right there with him. Hamilton on the medium tyres, may go longer, and that could be to his advantage, but a great start from Daniel Ricciardo as well. Charles Leclerc upholding Ferrari on in fourth place at the moment. Sebastian Vettel always says, it's actually not a long race, it's always the same length racing, turns the distance, about 300 kilometres. There's the birthday boy on the pit wall, and
I think it always feels, when it's a one-stop, it just feels like a longer stint and therefore a longer endurance of racing all out.
probably does, yeah. 1.2 seconds lead for Valtteri Bottas over Max Verstappen, same for Verstappen over Hamilton, and then 3 seconds back to Charles Leclerc, and then 1.7 only back to Lando Norris in 5th place ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, Sebastian Vettel in 7th place, and then Gasly, Sainz, Magnus Raikkonen, Hulkenberg, Grosjean, the rest of the field.
Really good start from Lando Norris up to 5th place, and remember, he and Sainz qualified next to each other, but Sainz down in 9th position as Norris goes in pursuit of the Ferrari.
Now, DRS enabled is only as operative if you are within a second of the car in front. So, you're looking at the DRS train behind Lando Norris. They were within 200ths of a second of one another around this circuit.
Yeah, incredible. The qualifying times were so close. Under investigation and turn on incident.
And it really depends on why, who made contact with it. We don't know who that is. So they're on lap 3. On lap 3, and there is this battle at Norris and Ricciardo. Yeah, turn 1 incident involving Sainz and Albon under investigation.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do penalise him for that, because that could change the complexion of this race as well.
Yeah, Sainz in 9th place. Albon, of course, has had to come into the pits.
Hulkenberg doing well on the harder tyre. He's still in 12th place, started 11th.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's in all that battle going on, the great long train, they're all close together. Bottas has eased away a fraction from Verstappen, who has eased away a fraction from Hamilton on that last lap as well. Carlos Sainz to Alexander Albon. Already off the circuit anyway.
Yes.
So Albon sets fastest lap of the race so far. On quite track.
Great overtake by Lewis Hamilton there, going in to 10, the exit of 10 to get past the Ferrari, and that really was nicely done. That's set up Hamilton for a chance to run at this now on that medium tyre.
So the question is, Sebastian Vettel, can he cope with this understeer he's got? Bottas completes lap 4, the gap goes up between himself and Max Verstappen. It also goes up back to Lewis Hamilton, and it goes up also to Charles Leclerc, but still a long way to go. We are early days.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch Albon, who's the fastest at the moment, right from the back, see how he gets on. Perez has come up to 17th, he's got past both Williams, having started from the pit lane.
Now on the tail of his teammate, Lance Stroll in 16th place. Riding on board now with Sebastian Vettel. are so, well, they're very precise and only losses to Verstappen are areas of management through the S's and 17, 18. Hamilton saying, where am I losing? And areas of management through the S's, 17 and 18, he is told. The gap goes up from Bottas to Verstappen, it goes up from Verstappen to Hamilton. Yeah, important just to lessen the vibration and shocks to the mechanical components of these Formula One cars. The packaging is very, very tight indeed within these cars.
And so far, the bumps that were a story of the weekend at the beginning are similarly not really causing any problems so far. We haven't seen anybody get out of shape or not be able to deal with those bumps. They've got used to them and are dealing with either getting around them or getting over them.
Well, early days, very early days.
He's picking up time.
Doubling up. So good stuff. Vettel in 7th, Gasly still in at 8th, Sainz in 9th, Magnussen in 10th place, but he's got Raikkonen and Hulkenberg close behind him before a small gap to 13th place Daniel Kvyat.
It's interesting, Vettel hasn't been back on the radio to complain more about the fact that the car wasn't feeling 100%. He said he had no contact.
So we are going plan B, but you need to try to close the gap to Hamilton in front. He's at 5.2.
We always get this from Ferrari. We're going to plan B.
Well, what was plan A?
What was plan A? And is there a plan C and D and E and F and so on?
Exactly.
Yeah. We never know what plan B is, but yeah, Sebastian Vettel doing all he can to stay in contact with the 3 cars ahead of him, or 2 cars ahead of him. But no, we don't hear all of the radio messages, obviously. So there may be all sorts of messages going on, but we don't necessarily hear them all. Sad to say. So, lap 6, early days still.
Picked up like 10 seconds already. That's crazy. He is cooking. He's picked up like 8 or 10 seconds just in the last few laps.
Not that it makes any difference at this stage. Here is Valtteri Bottas. 7 laps completed, and his lead goes up now to 2 seconds over Max Verstappen, but it comes down between Verstappen and Hamilton. Hamilton brings it down by about 4/10, so a relatively slow lap from Max Verstappen that time, which saw the leader get away and the 3rd place driver close up on him.
Well, whatever plan B is for Leclerc, it's a big one because he's quite some way behind Hamilton, and you heard the engineer, that was the only insight we got, was that he needs to get closer to Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, for what it's worth, the first 3 are lapping in the 1:41s. The next 4 are in the 1:42s. And then the next 1 are in the 1:43s and beyond. An idea of at the moment.
I think that is up to the whole of the medium. They should be a second quicker.
picked up a position.
The handling of the car right from the start. He said had no
I didn't see what happened when he went off, but I got it on camera. I'll look at it later.
I haven't seen him go over anything too heavy.
I try to focus on the corner and hold the camera there, and then I look left to see what's coming before I pan out.
Let's see what happens. Yeah. He just get no. He came over 9, but it was already gone. I don't think that was. I think that.
Oh, we got a yellow.
Describes an actual failure rather than. I mean, it is bumpy out there through 9. That is the bumpiest part.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Completely failed. I think it's all contributing, to be honest. I think it's all very well. It's just not necessarily one particular thing. It's contribution of quite a lot. So we've got yellow flags out. We don't have a safety car at the moment. And all got various responsibilities. Very well. So that promotes Pierre Gasly to 7th place, Carlos Sainz to 8th, Kevin Magnussen to 9th, and Kimi Räikkönen on his tail is in 10th place. So yeah, right there as well. Räikkönen on the way. Yeah. Daniel Ricciardo up into 5th place, 6 seconds behind Charles Leclerc.
What a shame. Mario Andretti watches on, the former Ferrari driver himself.
You'll know all about it. Bottas to Verstappen now 1.9 seconds, but Verstappen to Hamilton is coming down by fractions all the time. Hamilton just getting a little bit closer to Max Verstappen. The man who he says, yes, he leaves a little bit more space when they are battling wheel to wheel. Interesting to see. Räikkönen now up into 9th place. What's happened there?
It's interesting because Magnussen is now 11.
Yeah.
12, Räikkönen, as you say, is up to 9. Ultimate 10.
Yeah. That's got a couple of seconds on that lap. Sadly there, losing time, so Räikkönen up into 9th place. Hulkenberg hard on that side, now in 10th place. He's lost another 0.3 of a second on that lap to Valtteri Bottas, but he's eased away a fraction from Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, and he's asking why, because he's only just over a second ahead of Hamilton, and he's worried that Hamilton could maybe pounce on him at 12 if he's in that DRS, and he didn't know exactly how close Lewis was exactly.
Interesting, Daniel Ricciardo's already pulled 2 seconds away from Lando Norris. Norris suffering a little bit, lapping in the 143s, whereas Ricciardo 142s, but Charles Leclerc ahead of him in the 141. So a bit of arbitrary there now. 7-second gap for himself, 4th place Charles Leclerc, but doesn't look as though he's going to reduce that gap anytime soon. At the moment, anyway. So Sebastian Vettel. In the Ferrari. They get on the trying to follow the curve. to it.
Good defensive driving from the Mexican, nicely done.
2.5 seconds now, Bottas to Verstappen, 1.1. Verstappen to Hamilton, Hamilton getting close to being in that DRS range. And in fact, it's come down to a second now. Sebastian Vettel there on his way back to the garage, keeping his helmet on.
I was going to say, not in the mood to chat.
Yeah, you don't want to talk.
That's one way to avoid talking to anybody.
That is the way to avoid.
I think it was a combination of the bumps and going wide there that probably was the last one.
The return is the next third of our pit. The first, of course, is now about the come on. Second is on the top. Third is now on the moving up ahead of Giovinazzi, up into 15th place for Albon, or Giovinazzi losing another place. Bottas to Verstappen, 3 seconds, but it's less than a second. Verstappen to Hamilton. Hamilton now has a chance.
Here he comes now through the S's, and he's all over the back of Verstappen. Great to watch on board with Hamilton as they head up the hill together. He'll have his first opportunity at turn 11, and then another 5
to avoid apex, hairpin apex, turn 8.
Leclerc being told to avoid the apex at turn 8 because that is where Sebastian Vettel had his suspension failure, he believes.
That's interesting because everybody's been talking about 9 all weekend long and has been that's not when you said come over 9.
That was close. That was a pucker moment. That was reaction timing.
And yeah, that's it, because Verstappen reached this. That allows Hamilton to move up in front. Verstappen goes in. Hamilton now behind his teammate by quite some margin, but here comes a very important stop.
That was reasonable.
It was superb. They are the best in the business as Verstappen heads back out on the hard tyres to now hopefully go towards the end of this race. So that is after 13 laps. After 13 laps for Max Verstappen. And a 2.6 second stop, just as Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton must have thought all his Christmases had come and worked. Yeah, he didn't have to go through the back, didn't have to do it. Yeah, and Hamilton the fastest lap of in that first sector immediately. So what he wants to do is try and get the undercut.
Well, of course, remember the arm to Leclerc to try and stick or get closer to Hamilton. That's not working out for the Ferrari. Already lost one. Hamilton on the way. So far, second place on the road. Valtteri Bottas, the pole man.
And I assume, I didn't see what he went out on, but I assume he went out on hard compound tyres
Yes,
with the right sidewall.
I'm assuming too.
3.2 seconds, yeah, there it is. Yeah. A 3.2 seconds stop is actually 6 tenths slower than Max Verstappen's stop, and that's not important. So Bottas back out. Early stop for him. It'll be interesting to see if how long Hamilton stays out. Deleted for track limits at turn 19, not that they're significant at this stage. Remember, there's a point for fastest lap, so that's when it will become significant a little later on. So, that was told, just be sensible. Leclerc in second place on the road, also yet to make a stop, and then Bottas right behind Leclerc, and Verstappen sending fastest lap of the race so far, 1.8 seconds further back. There's Bottas going round Charles Leclerc, up at turn 1, deep stuff, and that puts him back up into second place, for Valtteri Bottas.
And that was easy, didn't it?
Yeah. Going to be all that easy. The next one, Leclerc will be Max Verstappen, so that'll be worth watching as well. Now here is Valtteri Bottas deciding, yeah, here we go. The long way round, turn 1, next is stick. Charles Leclerc is a fair driver and lapping in the 1 minute 41.1s. Verstappen is in the 1:39s, and there is Bottas in the 1:39s, lapping nearly 2 seconds quicker than Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton ain't gonna like that.
No, he's
2
not.
seconds faster.
That's not playing into his strategy at all.
We do see some damage on the car. How well they told some aero damage to the car. He's down in 13th place.
He's dealing with it well. The man in front of him.
Yeah. So, 1 minute 39 for Valtteri Bottas. 1:40 for Verstappen. 1:41 for Hamilton. 1:44 for Leclerc. Losing time to Daniel Ricciardo in the 42s in 5th place. Norris 6th, Hamilton 7th. Sainz 8th, Raikkonen 9th, Hulkenberg in 10th. original plan. Look at Hamilton at 141.1 and Bottas at 138.9, 2.2 seconds quicker than Hamilton is Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah, he's gained 3 seconds on him in the last lap and a half.
Now only 10 seconds behind.
Yes, Lewis will not like this. I understand the call from Boddington, but Lewis likes the race.
Very often questions.
Yeah.
Very often questions tactics.
Trying to get in the back line in front of him.
Takes him lots of time as well.
Start to catch other drivers in this section. It can really mess you up because there's really not a lot of room to overtake.
Well, through the seat. That's Ricardo doing a great job. That is Alfa Romeo. That's in that Renault at the moment.
Right with Valtteri Bottas in second place, the pole man.
Number 1 minute 38, and it's almost 2 seconds quicker than Hamilton. So the gap between Hamilton and Bottas is 8.9 seconds.
I think the Mercedes as a team would probably strategize to have Bottas have the lead dog from the pole position and be in the position to win the race and Hamilton to win the title.
Yeah, that would seem the ideal scenario, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because they can't guarantee.
Into the pits from 8th and 9th places on the road. So, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, pit stop. Yeah, 3.4 second stop from McLaren. Remember, we see under 1 second, Sainz rejoined ahead of Carlos Sainz, ahead of the stop there from back 3.5 seconds. Pit stops now. They're in second place behind Lewis Hamilton. Bottas has stopped the time. Hamilton is yet to stop the time. Back up the hill. 19 laps, 6.8 seconds ahead, and once again, Hamilton.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for Lewis Hamilton. Wouldn't be surprised to hear him on the radio.
Yeah, querying the tactics. Norris into the pits from 6th place, Lando Norris. Yeah, Gasly, 3.1 seconds. Yeah, he had Verstappen stop was 2.6. That's the margin we've seen so far. Verstappen in 3rd place. Just 5.6 seconds behind Valtteri Bottas, lapping slightly slower. Now, 10 seconds ahead of Carlos Ricardo, yesterday, Norris, who has not, Chelsea Gasly, who has not, Albert coming in 10th place, having made a very early stop.
Leclerc trying to fly the flag and trying to get on the podium.
I think almost certainly he'll go on to the hard compound tyre. Yep. And so slow 7.7 seconds stop. No, he hasn't at the moment. So he lost about 5 seconds, Charles Leclerc did there.
Plays well into Ricardo's hands.
Let's see if we get a replay of it. But it could have been just a test.
Wheel problem.
Yeah.
Front right by the looks of things.
Or rear right. 40 count of some sort. Here it is. His opportunity. He's coming into the pits now. The Renault into the pits on lap 21. Australian driver.
Lewis trying to make these tyres last as long as he can. Ford ever so quickly by Bottas, but his engineer pointed out the plan is to continue as is because he believes that the others are on two-stop strategies.
So Daniel Ricciardo, 21 laps on these medium compound tyres at the moment. Sorry, Lewis Hamilton, 21 laps, and that's 1 minute 41.4 for Lewis Hamilton last time. And now 3.5 seconds on the road. Getting done by Charles Leclerc. Down there. 0.9 seconds between the safety now.
Right rear this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Such a big difference these pit stops can make. Bottas is creeping into DRS.
On Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo easily overtakes Sergio Perez for 6th place. Remember, Perez started from the pit lane, but Daniel Ricciardo is having a really excellent race here, and up into 6th place, having made a stop. Perez hasn't made a stop, nor has Hulkenberg ahead of him. Hulkenberg on those hard compound tyres, but lapping in the 1 minute 43s, whereas those ahead of him are in 139 to 140 now.
Well, he's gone for another one.
Yeah, 141.6 that last lap.
Interestingly enough, Roman Grosjean is also not in this yet. George Russell, Roman Grosjean currently in Bottas now within
quicker than Podium.
You can attack him now. He's going to have a pass here as well, just not before. Here comes Bottas then, getting the slipstream from his teammate, goes on to the dirty side of the track, and will take the move on Bottas. So much quicker than Bottas takes the lead. Bottas into the lead then.
Actually pulls away a little bit as expected. Now, will Lewis Hamilton come in on this lap after all? He obviously drops back, that's for sure. He's not taking the fight to his teammate.
At least he can judge just how far Bottas will be ahead and decide for himself whether he will come in.
But he's running the show at the moment. Still waiting for pit stops for the Hulkenberg and Ferrari. Also for Ocon. Taking the pit stop for Lewis Hamilton. Bottas came in on that 14, 10 laps different.
Cheers. This goes well, and it has done the hard. That was definitely done for Podium. Really good pit
How much will the hard compound Ferrari drop off towards the end of the race? That's what we still have to wait and see.
Well, Mexico has won on his ability to last those harder tyres as Vettel goes into debrief.
Not much to say. Expensive failure. So Hamilton is without the pace. Verstappen is still there. The third section is fastest up in the race so far in fourth place. But the huge gap from Verstappen back to the first and 42nd is massive. Ricciardo in fifth place. In the first place. And Hulkenberg and Norris together.
Yes, and both his teammate Ricciardo and Norris have got past him, but Hulkenberg won't be worried about that. He is still running around on those harder compounds that he started on, yet to pit, remember.
And we haven't even got to half distance yet. We've already going out in a bit.
Grosjean's taking his pit stop and he's back out on medium. So there is quite a lot of different strategies here.
Bottas leads from lap 25. In Hamilton's case, though, the strategy is the whole Bottas 5.6 seconds ahead of Verstappen. Quicker than Verstappen. Good Lewis Hamilton. There he is in third place, a full 21 seconds behind his teammate at the moment. He wants to the lap time as he gets out of those tyres. There's Alexander Albon moving up a place, I think ahead of Kimi Raikkonen, and that's up into 11th place.
Three identity times, Bottas and Verstappen, but the gap is 5 seconds. Both on similar time,
Hamilton really flying, set to line to line in the first sector on this lap.
That's remaining close to
Well, that's interesting. Mercedes reckon that both Bottas and Verstappen are going to make an extra stop.
well, and also interesting that his engineer was trying to effectively manage his expectations, saying that Verstappen was catchable, but in many ways that Bottas might be, whereas Lewis flushed back with, what about the win? Can I not win this race? And the gap is Verstappen, so Hamilton knows.
Prospect in front of Lewis Hamilton, and he comes up.
Going to win the world title with the decathlon. You want to win the race?
Absolutely. Now Lewis Hamilton set fastest up in the race so far, 1.7 seconds quicker than
an interesting battle.
Daniel Ricciardo being caught a little bit by Lando Norris, 5th and 6th. 27 laps. Then 27 plus say 14 is only 41. That leaves us about 15 laps short.
Yeah, this is interesting, and I think I understand now what the engineer was trying to say to Lewis, which is they are trusting Lewis's ability to massage those tyres past them a greater distance perhaps than other drivers. That's always been his skill, but this is a bigger ask than Mexico perhaps.
But he has back enough time to look in contention for the win. So we just need to have tyres at the end of the race.
I want to wait for the at the end of the race. It looks like a story, you know, this is also he said Verstappen, but effectively Bottas will take it up the road. Now he says he could still win. You see, if Bottas does have to come in, a pit stop is estimated to be 18.7 seconds. Yeah, Bottas' lead at the moment over Hamilton is 18.3. So Bottas does have to come in. He's going to fall on the line.
Quite smart, he'll be on pressure tyres.
Yeah. What can he do?
That's what we'll see. Lewis's elbow.
In the final few laps of this race. Almost like that. Claire seems to have gone back on the pace.
139.6 is last lap, and on the pace.
39.6 for Bottas, 139.7 for Verstappen, 139.4 for Hamilton. So he's picking up a bit of Bottas. He's lap by lap. And managing those times.
Yes, of course it's got it.
Once those times, trying to load more races and I'm having to take more out of time. There's a little sandwich here between Stroll and Perez. Yeah, between the two of them. Perez trying to get past and get past in fact, Stroll in 11th place, Perez now 12th, yeah, 13th. Incidentally, back with Daniel Ricciardo, just 1.3 seconds between those two, halfway over 5th place. That's quite something. Here's the racing point team, ready to welcome Lance Stroll into the pits.
Yeah, he's the first stop, wasn't he?
Yeah, second stop for him. Stroll off the medium, 4-second stop. Seems to be a little bit up in the air, doesn't it? Quite diverged around the off-field. We are only just past half distance as well. 56 laps. We are now at lap 30. That lap, Hamilton picking up a 40 seconds on that free spot now. Verstappen looking to get a little bit down there. Yeah. He's laughing. Slower than Verstappen. Certainly,
We're struggling, I think, in the side corner.
in 31. Somewhere there.
Yeah, I'm still not sure on that
seconds between the two of them. First trip. Interesting range of lap times. Leclerc lapping at the 139, whereas Norris at the 142. Close to that. 140 for Albon, 140 for Perez as well on those new tyres. Now I got that wrong. Lance Stroll is actually on the stop. That's what he said. The rival seems to be watching. What sort of performance he gets on those tyres. The highest track temperature we've had all weekend. And 29 track temperature, which is about 8 degrees. Always changing direction. Bottas to Hamilton, first to third, 16.2 seconds now. He's taking some time to measure that delta. Alright. Watching on? Big Hamilton fan, yeah? And a big Hook'em Horns fan. And we enjoy his company, I'm sure. But Hamilton lapping 120 seconds quicker than his teammate Bottas has been released this round. Putting himself in a position to go for glory at the moment. It is going to be close. Obviously Bottas is depending on a perfect stop. Any wrong stop and that's Leclerc in a very lonely fourth place, incidentally. We haven't talked about him very much, but he's really in no man's land there in fourth place. Nobody close to him either way, over 20 seconds either way. Fifth is Daniel Ricciardo, just 2.4 seconds ahead of Lando Norris. A similar gap back to Alexander Albon in seventh place. And there is Robert Kubica's Williams, unfortunately being rolled away back in the garage. Nine is getting and losing some bodywork. That turn 9 is hitting people hard and it's practice. Came off there, but hopefully it wasn't sensible, not too important. Fascinating having a look at the Formula 1 show on a bit of a demolition derby like this. Kind of standing. Those drivers not forget. 74 points, just 2 behind Sainz. Sainz in trouble as you saw there. That could change things around for those two. Leclerc coming out of 19. Going wide. And getting a flat. Bottom there as he gets some sparks flying. Let's hope that's the beginning of something untoward for him as it was for Vettel. The gap has come down between Bottas and Hamilton. It's now 13 seconds between the two of them. First and third with Verstappen midway between the two of them in second place, 7 seconds. In fact, he lapped half a second quicker Verstappen than Bottas last time. And here are the Red Bull guys as the coming in. Verstappen for a second shot. The first one was approximately lap 13. Goes on with the medium. So that will counteract. Now Verstappen. Verstappen, where is this going to drop him? It's going to drop him behind Hamilton into third place. No reply from Lando Norris as Albon goes up into sixth place. Being fairly close to fifth place behind Daniel Ricciardo, not very far behind him. Oh, and box. Here we go. Bottas into the pits now. Bottas comes in. So this is the critical stop for the win. Bottas, the pole man, has to get this right. Trip line on right. Not a problem as he goes back out on the top. No, he's right, medium. 2.4 seconds to stop, so that's the fastest stop we've seen so far, I think. I'd like to say that it's happened to a quick stop from Valtteri Bottas. Rejoined after the Verstappen. Well, when he's gone through that Verstappen well, it will be interesting. That's behind him. So new compound Verstappen behind him. Ferrari simply having a new medium Verstappen behind him. Okay, so he's on to second place. How far behind is he? So the new compound, new test on interesting 1, 2, 3 here for the finish, and it's really hard to call, isn't it? Daniel Ricciardo being challenged incidentally by Alex Albon. There it is on your screens now. He did that quickly. So Renault and Albon stop from the very early one. But the hard tyres which Hamilton is on, how can he manage them and can he manage them to the end? Second quicker than Hamilton's first second. 9.1 seconds on lap 36. Fascinating game of cat and mouse here in Texas. A real showdown as always here in Austin, Texas. Sunday, 4 November. Hope you're enjoying it. Cheers with us. interesting little gaps behind Daniel Ricciardo, just to Albon, to Norris, Sainz, Gasly, Raikkonen, Perez, Kvyat, Hulkenberg, all those potentially changing 3 or 4 second gaps between them. Very, very that gap between Hamilton and Bottas will usually come down by 3.2 seconds. Wow. Bottas coming 3.2 seconds quicker than Hamilton. Are they going to bring Hamilton in?
Good question. Very good question. And not want to get past Ricardo.
But boy, what a pace from Bottas. He got the bit between his teeth. 136.957 for Valtteri Bottas. That is a new track record. Hamilton had it before, 137.3, and Bottas at 136.9. Brilliant. Wow. Hamilton, every lap to be able to catch you. Hamilton every lap in order to catch him on the last lap and get past, presumably.
Yeah, that is a really tough equation. Very tough.
Leclerc still in 4th place. Albon now ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Certainly saw that in 5th place. Daniel Ricciardo in 6th. 1 second there. Teammates in 8th place. And Kimi Raikkonen is just being caught by Sergio Perez in 11th place. 12th, Hulkenberg 13th, Magnus 14th, and then on the lap down is Giovinazzi in 15th.
But so too Gasly, so this is a good weekend and it has been all weekend so far for Toro Rosso. What can Gasly do in the closing stages? As I mentioned before, Gasly holding 6th place in the championship by 1 point.
Verstappen is faster than either of them, and he catches Hamilton by 0.9 of a second and Bottas by 0.3 of a second.
Well, there is the parking spot ready and waiting, and it's certainly on the cards. Verstappen got the hurry up, he said 0.8, so he said, right, I'll do a 0.9.
Really up against it now, Lewis, on the hard compound tyres. Teammate on the mediums.
And remember how this race started. There was just 0.067 between the top 3, and Leclerc in 4th place just 0.1. There was nothing between them coming into the start of this race.
After that massive shot. First, leading to the lead of the race now, and the gap is 5.7 seconds. It actually went up on that last lap. Certainly it is for traffic. You can see our images here. I'm wondering if he got a slingshot down, but it's raining on the lap market because there was actually a crash there.
First time we've had a real look at Hamilton on these tyres and how he's dealing with them. He looks comfortable at the moment. Getting watched by a couple of confidants today.
I hope they've got their binoculars, because they could be a long way away.
They're here. He eventually went to Napoli the other week and took a surprise meeting, and he of course immediately asked them up when they said,
So we are on lap 40 at the moment, and Hulkenberg and Kvyat after that little duel, both coming to the pits from 12th to 13th place for their second pit stops. Hamilton to Bottas, 5.7 seconds, 40 laps completed, 16 to go for Lewis Hamilton. The gap is 4.7, it came down by a full second from Hamilton to Bottas that time. Bottas lapping at 1 minute 38.1, Hamilton 139.1, actually quicker than Hamilton was Max Verstappen in third place, 6.3 seconds behind Valtteri Bottas, but not catching Bottas. But Bottas is the man who's flying.
Yeah, Bottas is definitely should, if he keeps this pace up.
I don't know how much. There's the wear rate on the tyres, which it's all that bad actually. 60% on the rears, 70% on the fronts.
Yeah, that's the performance he's getting from them. But yeah, it's a classic Hamilton worry. He doesn't want too much reassurance. They know he can get there. They know he can last the race. They don't say that.
Albon into and out of the pits in 2.7 seconds. That's his third stop from 5th place. So I suspect he's lost a few positions, sadly, but there's the strong potential of other drivers around him also needing a second stop. Interesting that everyone said, both Pirelli and FOM predicted this will be a one-stop race. It's worked out otherwise. 4.4 seconds now from Hamilton back to Bottas. 4.4. They are the team concerned that these cards may not go all the way to the end. Still be world champion though.
And still be on the podium, and I think really that's kind of the wish for someone like Hamilton. Starting from 5th, he didn't have the best qualifying, admitted it's his problem, and Bottas has got the best strategy. Clearly thinking about it all. Yeah. So what an intriguing race this has turned out to be. Let's keep going. He's going to keep going. So he thought about it for a while. And Lewis Hamilton says he's going to keep going. I think he's realised that he's got a chance of the podium. And obviously that gives him a chance to celebrate with you. He's world champion. Remember this, folks. He's already won the US Grand Prix 6 times. This would be 7. Along with the McLaren 5 in Podium. In 13, and of course Kimi Raikkonen won in 18. Either way you look at it, coming from 5th to a podium would still be a superb result.
pit stop. 13 laps to go for Lewis Hamilton, 3.9 seconds ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, well, that's catch with another department. Absolutely. There's another calculation that Lewis will have made.
Verstappen in third place, 5.7 seconds further back behind Bottas. And then fourth, Charles Leclerc having a very lovely race. Fifth is Daniel Ricciardo, having made one pit stop, almost 3 seconds ahead of Lando Norris. Ricciardo fifth, Norris in sixth after that pit stop, or could be lower in fact. 7th Sainz, 8th Gasly, 9th Albon, 10th Perez. Lapped are 11th place Raikkonen ahead of Hulkenberg, Fiat, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Max, Grosjean and Russell. Hats off to Perez to get to the top 10. Ricciardo likewise having a good day here in Texas in 5th place for the Renault team. Yeah, that's a really good result for Daniel. Renault team as well. Leclerc, fastest, fastest in the first sector, absolute fastest time. Hamilton, the gap comes down by half a second between Hamilton and Bottas. It's now 3.4 with 12 laps to go. Still a great battle. Wasn't really a fairly quick driver actually. I'm sure what he was trying to tell us. Yeah. That's the man, 11th place. That's quite a lot of weight in the car. Quite a lot of fuel in there. The car's full of get quicker. And Leclerc sets the fastest lap so far, 136.169. There is a point for fastest lap these days, of course.
Yeah, that's a significant change from last year, as you said. That 137 and
Lap record for Charles Leclerc. From the pit lane. 5 laps. 3.1 seconds. It's not going to go in leaps and bounds. No, it's not. It's going down slowly. Verstappen still 3.1 seconds behind Bottas. No further investigation. Get back into traffic again. Now this is Albon moving up into 6th place ahead of Carlos Sainz. And just so easily, nice and easy.
It's been a good American situation for American Mexico for Albon. It's really driven well and started to make a name and great results in Mexico. Another good result in the USA.
Yeah, Christian is 4.4 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
Can he should be able to get up into 5th place.
Yeah, that's right.
big time between Bottas and Hamilton. Comes down by 2.6 seconds. No, 0.6 of a second on that last lap. So it's 2.5 seconds from Hamilton to Bottas.
And the British fans a bit of history in the making. They were first disappointed when their rugby team did not come to get a world championship. Lewis Hamilton to this day is pretty lucky for Hamilton this weekend.
Head back, there you go, head back. 1 second. 6 seconds. Bottas back to the best gap. Leclerc in this very, very lonely.
The mettle of the man that is Lewis Hamilton that has made it at this point 6 times world champion. Marking spot is ready. Going through. Close enough, but not quite. Bottas this time as they head into 12. Just not quite close enough to make the run at Lewis. And Lewis doing a really good job of keeping this race going. Because if he gets it down to 1 second, he'll get the DRS. And that should be a fait accompli. But at the moment it's 1.5 and Lewis knows it. Just needs to keep that gap to over a second. There's traffic coming up low. Where it's really going to get interesting. Hamilton, those tyres, performance-wise, aren't looking too bad. Complaining earlier on. Compared to Bottas, obviously he's got no tyres, but at the same time, manages to make the pass.
1.2 seconds between the two of them.
Can't use DRS yet.
It's going to be DRS soon.
And a battle between Finland and Great Britain here in the heart of Texas. All witnessing history that has set out US Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, who made the US effectively his second home, is on his way to a world championship. He could do it his time.
Bottas now within DRS distance, within DRS range, and use the DRS the real range to allow extra straight line speed.
They're dealing with traffic as they get up to the top of the hill. 8 to 9 will be critical all weekend. The bump coming in 10, now down to 7.
Getting into traffic as well. Look at the Mercedes, how close they are. there as well because he was close behind the back marker.
So, this is an intriguing battle, and look how close Bottas is in now as they head through 16 and 17.
Still have just over 5 laps remaining, so they can still battle. So Lewis Hamilton is not going to give up easily.
They come out of 20 again. Another opportunity in zone 1 for the fifth. Neck and neck, the Mercedes battle all season long. Bottas took pole, but Hamilton wants to win as world champion.
Now the thing is that Hamilton's had the benefit of DRS there because he's been behind back markers, but now he's gone through that traffic. Next time down into turn 12, he won't have that benefit.
Remember, Hamilton hanging on to his tyres, he's on the hard top man, while Bottas is still on the medium and should be faster. Go fast, and Bottas has got to take advantage now in this next couple of laps. He's right there in the DRS, surely into 12, he'll make another move.
Lewis Hamilton takes the going to the line as well. Now down straight, DRS, he's going to give it to Bottas. Here he goes! Here he goes down the inside, no resistance from Hamilton. Bottas into the lead.
Hamilton may have a think about maybe a move up the... Well, he's going to the outside. He's going to stick with Bottas as close as he can, but I think that's as much as Lewis can do. Bottas is going to go on, hopefully, and win this race for his hopes. Hamilton, more importantly, will take the World Championship, and that's exactly what Toto Wolff would have wanted.
But that said, there is Verstappen. Verstappen is still there, and what can he do about Lewis Hamilton? He's close to within 3.5 seconds of the leaders.
Here's the bar for the lead.
Down the back straight. Max Verstappen is still there.
Well, if you remember, his engineer said 8/10 every lap to have a chance at a crack at Hamilton on the very last lap.
3.6 seconds behind. Verstappen 3.6 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton with 4 laps to go.
Last time out, Hamilton won 0, 140.8 by Verstappen.
Leclerc is 4th, Albon in 5th, Ricciardo in 6th, Sainz 7th, Norris in 8th. Right behind his teammates, the Paris on the second half.
Really wanted this, having had the pole and then lost it in Mexico, criticised by those on the podium. He did finish 6th, having come from the back, and look at this traffic going on. Good battle here between Gasly and Perez. Perez doing a brilliant job, to be fair, getting to the point, having started from the pit lane. Running out and a very wide line by Verstappen that time. The gap between Bottas and Hamilton 2.5. I can see it, Matt. Yeah, but again, no need to tell.
Do we have full power? Power.
Yes. But Verstappen bleeding for full power, and Red Bull say go at it. Honda have got that power for you, my friend. So, Hamilton definitely hanging on to second. He wants to make it a famous 1-2, but Verstappen wants to spoil the party. He's got that opportunity as they head up the hill over the line into 10. Bottas is going to win on the ball. What can Max Verstappen do? This is the closest he's been.
1.1 seconds now. Can he do it? You can see the Gatsby himself on the bar. A wonderful battle. And oh no, the half is out. And is he in a place that Kevin Magnussen came at in the gravel? Grand Prix we've got. Max Verstappen in the stadium section, hunting down the six-time world champion, the master and the pupil. Verstappen is 22 years of age, Hamilton. All the experience that he's had with various teams, but mainly of course with Mercedes. And now Hamilton's got to worry about the traffic. Got a McLaren in front, and Verstappen should be in DRS, and he is just. So he's got a chance now. Through goes Hamilton, locking up just slightly. That could play again into the hands of Max Verstappen. The Dutch fans are going nuts, but so do the British. Turn 4 and 5, Verstappen pushing that Red Bull to the very limit. But of course, Verstappen on the mediums and Hamilton amazingly on the hards. That's why this is still a virtuoso performance by the great Lewis Hamilton. Down the top. This is the line lap of the US Grand Prix. The 8th running here at the circuit of the Americans. Verstappen's got one chance. He's got the DRS open. He's going to suck up as close as he can to Lewis Hamilton and go for second place. But he's not close enough, and he hasn't done it in 12. Time running out then for Verstappen. We saw him run at the inside of 18 a couple of years ago. Will he try something like that again? But I don't think Hamilton is going to let him. Verstappen is going to have to settle for a podium and maybe a Mercedes 1-2. Bottas is going to win here from pole in the USA. His first win in the USA. He comes out of turn 19 and into the last corner. Finland wins, and Valtteri Bottas wins the United States Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton becomes a six-time world champion. All right, all right, all right. Doesn't get any better than that. And Lewis Hamilton has done it in style. Toto Wolff looks rather quizzical, but it's Bottas Hamilton a 1-2 for Mercedes. Verstappen in third, tried as he might, couldn't quite do it. Leclerc keeps Ferrari's hopes alive with a 4th place. Albon an excellent 5th place. The second Red Bull.
Hold it up as high as you can.
What a dive, mate, that is
In
it.
case this one stops.
Champion of the world. You did it in style, mate. You did that in style.
Great to have Pete Bollington back because we got the famous now. Get in there, Lewis.
Josh.
And the British fans are delighted. It is time to celebrate good times. Come on. To celebrate with the champions, but to hang out here after the race and head down and see Cool and the gang and get down on it. Well done, Marjorie. Great weekend. Great weekend. Yes, sir. Well, he's a man of few words, is Valtteri Bottas. He doesn't need to say too many words. That was superb. A fantastic weekend for Valtteri Bottas, no question about it. And I think Mercedes, that is as good as they could have asked for, because it's never going to be easy with Bottas on pole
Mercedes team. Valtteri Bottas with his 7th win.
Still we rise, guys. Still we rise. What an incredible weekend. Thank you so much, guys, for today. And to everyone that came out. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Thank you so much.
Still we rise. If you didn't hear the radio communication, is what Lewis said. That is his 150th Formula One podium. Unbelievable. And Valtteri Bottas, well, he really now is a rival to take on Lewis. There's no question about it. He's bedded himself in, and everything is reset to 0 next year. What an exciting prospect that is